Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. They've got all of the audiobooks. Hey Audible, that's your new slogan now. Checks payable to Zach Oxley at Jumbled.
Recording.
Same. Let me get my volume good. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing. I'm Zach.
And I'm back.
He's back from Costa Rica.
Woo! That's right.
The rich coast.
Is that what that means?
I'm pretty sure. That's me guessing.
Oh, well, you know what? No idea. But it would make sense. Did you know that the average salary of a Costa Rican, or a Tican, as I learned, is 3 to 5 times more than the average person in Nicaragua, which is a bordering country, which is why they have a lot of issues with illegal immigration into their country. Fun fact.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah, I want to just comment on how much I'm digging your beard, dude. It looks like you're starting to try to grow it out a little bit.
The vacation beard? Yeah, it was my pre-vacation I don't give a fuck beard. And then obviously I didn't trim it while I was on vacation. My gripe is that my beard, I have a nice like 5 o'clock shadow beard, but I don't have a great full beard like you, for example. So for our listeners at home, I have like a clear, like I grow like a little soul patch under my bottom lip.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, my beard doesn't fill in all that spot. So sometimes I shave that soul patch because it looks weird when it's long. So I have like this kind of funky like chin strap thing.
Yeah.
Which sounds a lot more douchebag than it actually is, I think. And my hair doesn't grow that far up my cheeks, unlike Zach's. But I got some really good connections going on right now.
You do, man. They're looking good. It looks. It's a solid beard, man.
Solid vacation beard. I can put my chin hairs into my mouth, which is pretty exciting and weird that I like to do that.
Do you want to see something that might ruin your day?
Yeah, please. Wow, Zach's beard covers his eyes. That's next level beardage.
That's next level, man. This is the longest this beard's
I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, to be honest.
I think the first time I met you, you didn't have like as long a beard as me, but you definitely had a beard. You definitely had a beard.
And then I was rocking the Abe Lincoln for a little while as a joke, but then it kind of stuck. So
yeah.
Good old Abe Lincoln.
Good old Abe Lincoln. So we were talking before we started here. Jonny is under the weather.
I am. I caught a Costa Rican cold, a beach cold, if you will. I blame my wife because she got sick. She gets sick every vacation.
She's just letting all the people there just cough in her face and stuff.
Well, so I did some reading, and it's actually about stress and how when your body decompresses, when you're under high stress, which her and I typically are, and you need a vacation because you're under high stress. Right. But when your body goes on vacation, it starts de-stressing. Part of its stress mechanism is having a really high immune system because it's like, oh my God, we're always under stress, so we got to stay healthy. And then you're like, hey, I don't need to be stressed. And then apparently it takes a break as well. So it's really common for people to get sick on vacation.
Well, shit.
So Allie got sick, which means I'm going to get sick. So I'm dealing with that. And you know what? I sound like crap, and I apologize. And you guys are probably going to hear some sniffles, more so than usual, and maybe some coughs. But I did take some medicine, and I'm hoping that it will be better. But we wanted to record because 1, I missed Zach. 2, I missed Jumbled, and 3, I didn't want to go 3 weeks without you guys getting to hear my beautiful voice. So
it's true. It's been a long little run here, but
it has, and a lot has happened, Zach. And I know you covered a lot of it. So you talked about Kobe Bryant, which
we did, yeah,
is good and sad. I mean, good that you talked about it. Sad that he died. Just for clarification.
Well,
there.
and I want to. I apologized last week. I feel like I'm gonna need to apologize for a while. Because I released a 2-hour podcast just out of nowhere.
Apologize. People can listen to it or they cannot. You know what? That's on them. It's free content.
It's true.
It's better a 2-hour than like a 2-minute podcast.
Yeah. By the way, an update to the Kobe Bryant story. They did some. I guess they did some research into why or they're still trying to figure it out, but they know for sure that the engine didn't fail.
Oh.
Is what I saw on, I think it was a CNN notification that pushed through on my phone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so from what I understand, it was super foggy
That's what I heard.
In LA.
And that they even had to get a special clearance to fly,
Mm-hmm.
like they were originally told no, and then they fought and got special clearance to fly. And
yeah, well, and it just, I mean, the LA Police Department grounded all their helicopters. They grounded them. They didn't want to put them in the sky. So if the police is doing that, I mean, maybe take some cues, but regardless, that's the update that I heard. And
God, that must have sucked for that to happen, and to know that, because I don't know the relationship that Kobe Bryant and his daughter had to the other passengers, like if it was a scheduled thing, if he was taking them all out, or if they were just individual passengers on this helicopter at the same time doing whatever. But you gotta imagine, if you're Kobe Bryant, you would have known that you were grounded, like the helicopter was grounded, and then you got special permission to fly because you didn't want to deal with the traffic.
Right.
And then this shit happens, and you have your daughter, and there's definitely that period where they're probably like, "Fuck, this is happening," and you gotta imagine that was in his brain. It's just like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
And I hate that feeling when even if it's something minor and you fucked up, you're like, God damn it, why did I do this?
Right. Yeah, that's
so much more drastic. But.
Yeah. I think that was the main thing. Like, I was just replaying in my head over and over again how those last few minutes had to be, or probably last few seconds. It probably didn't go on for too long, but I don't know, just being there and having to wrap your kid up and try to comfort them in their last seconds, and try to take solace in the fact that you were there with them. And
it's sad, man. It's tough.
It's bad, but apparently they were all going to, I think it was the Mamba Sports Academy. So it's something that Kobe had set up in his retirement years, where he was helping coach young. I don't know if it was all girls, but he was definitely coaching his daughter's team, and they were going to a game. There's a picture I saw online where it was a basketball court, and it was all these people on the basketball court, and it was all the people that were at the game that were supposed to be playing against Kobe and his daughter and the other kids and whatnot. And
oh my God,
it's just been really sad, man. And I don't know, like, I also sort of take some comfort in knowing that they probably didn't suffer too much from it, because
probably not pain wise, I imagine, but the thing, that helicopter wasn't just flying and then it's not like lights out. There was probably a handful of moments where they knew shit was going down, and I think that's real suffering.
Sure, yeah, the anguish in the last few seconds, definitely, and feeling. And that's the bad thing about a helicopter too, because like with a plane or something, like you jump out, like they're not wearing, they're not wearing parachutes. They're not prepared to do all that, and the fact that apparently it was traveling about 200 feet a second is what I heard at impact.
Oh, well, then you'd hope that it was really quick and not painful. And
yeah. But,
tough week for sure.
Yeah.
But, you fast forward 1 week later, and the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. So congratulations.
Yeah, I turned into just a slight bandwagon Chiefs fan for a bit.
Man, you live in that city. You gotta.
I celebrated. Yeah. I celebrate, and it's been 50 years.
50 years. That's pretty incredible. I'm super stoked for Andy Reid. What a guy. Hey, did you hear the question where it's like, are you going to sleep with the trophy tonight? And he was like, I'm going to sleep with my trophy wife tonight. Which, if you look at him and you look at his wife, I mean, money solves a lot of problems.
That's true.
Because his wife, I mean, they're older, right? I think he's like in his 60s. His wife, probably also in her 60s. Not a bad looking woman.
Yeah.
And that is maybe a sign of how much older I'm getting in my life.
You're like, I'd lay some pipe.
Yeah, whatever. She knows what she likes. It'll be efficient.
Yeah, he also made the cheeseburger quote too. They're like talking about getting, I don't know what he said. He's like, I might get this. He was standing next to Patrick Mahomes. He's like, I think I might get this guy a cheeseburger. Heck, it might even be a double or something like that.
Splurging, baby.
Splurging on that Super Bowl victory.
Oh man, it was pretty cool to watch. I did watch it while I was in Costa Rica. It's pretty exciting. I was obviously cheering for the Chiefs. I am a Pats fan, but I do love the Chiefs from my time in the States, and obviously being so close to Kansas City and spending a lot of time in Kansas City and going to a handful of Chiefs games while I was down there. So there is part of me that, has a bit of a connection, maybe a little bit of bandwagon connection, but I always want them to do well. And I'm glad that this year worked out for them, though I was a little stressed. That second and third quarter was a rough go for them.
Boy, you're telling me, even part of the third, I'm like, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull this thing out, and I'm just thinking, like, we had
they looked
this
great first quarter. First quarter they looked on fire.
Their
Second,
first drive,
like, ooh. And then third was like, ooh, this is not looking good for you guys. And then the fourth, they kind of split it, but they brought it together.
Yep, they had a cubicle decorating contest at work for like Chiefs fans, and I was just imagining, like, of course I didn't decorate anything, but I was just imagining, like, if the Chiefs didn't pull this out, everybody's got to come to work the next day and, like, solemnly take down their decorations, probably crying at the same time. Like, it would have been a very, very sad situation. But, but yeah, they pulled it out.
Well, it was great, and I'm happy for them. But that's football. Football's over.
In the last couple, waiting on the draft.
In the last couple of weeks or so, I've started watching the league. Have you watched it?
I feel like I've seen a little bit.
It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's old, and I had some friends when it was out. They're like, "You need to watch this. You need to watch this." I'm like, I don't really want to watch a show about fantasy football.
Right.
Which it's based around fantasy football, but there's really a lot more to that show, and it makes me chuckle pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few times where Allie and I would go to bed when we were on vacation, and I would start watching it on my phone. And I'd be laughing, and she'd be like, "Hey, can you quiet down? Like, you're laughing like literally out loud and shaking the bed." And I was like, "Yo, this show, I can't help it. I can't. Laughing is an involuntary experience. Okay, I can't."
That's true.
If this show hits me like that, it's just the way it's gonna go, man. It's just the way it's gonna go.
I feel like it's been years. I don't know when the last time I saw an episode of The League is, but
I think it ended in like 2015.
Yeah, no, I know it's over.
But pretty good. I highly recommend it, especially if you like fantasy football. There's some funny things, and there's they do a good job at bringing in cameos of players and owners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty good. Speaking of last week's podcast in Costa Rica, I heard you talking shit about my my vacation or my ideas of a vacation.
Yeah, about your jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, some of us like getting beaten up, okay? I can't help it.
Hey man, so I you're in Costa Rica, right? You were in close proximity to a beach, yes?
Zach, you want to know a fact?
I asked you a question.
Sorry, what was the question?
You were in close proximity to a beach, correct?
Yeah, about a 5-minute walk from our
and
Airbnb to the
instead of just going and enjoying the sounds of the gulls cawing overhead and maybe some the water gently falling onto the sand at the beach, you decided to go get manhandled by some Costa Ricans.
Yes.
Hey guys, let's stop to talk a second real quick about the sponsor for this week's podcast. You guys know them, you guys love them. It's Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. The audiobook we're going to recommend this month for the month of February is Everything is Fucked, a book about hope by Mark Manson. The audiobook is 7 hours and 2 minutes long, and it's narrated by Mark Manson. Here is a brief summary of the audiobook itself. From the author of the international bestseller, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, comes a counterintuitive guide to the problems of hope. We live in an interesting time. Materially, everything is the best it's ever been. We are freer, healthier, and wealthier than any people in human history. Yet, somehow everything seems to be irreparably and horribly fucked. The planet is warming, governments are failing, economies are collapsing, and everyone is perpetually offended on Twitter. At this moment in history, when we have access to technology, education, and communication our ancestors couldn't even dream of, so many of us come back to an overriding feeling of hopelessness. That's it, guys. The audiobook, again, is Everything is Fucked, a book about hope by Mark Manson. If you don't want to listen to that one, feel free to choose from any of the other 180,000 other titles that Audible has to offer. Thank you, Audible, and let's get back to the podcast.
So,
Yes.
one, it was like 110 degrees. I was dying. I did go to the beach a couple times. I did not go in the water outside of my feet, though. I did not swim in the ocean.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
I don't trust the ocean.
I'm not a huge fan of the ocean either. I'm not going to lie. Especially where we were. There are crocodiles.
Oh, yeah. You don't do that then.
And they do go into the ocean.
Well, fuck that, man.
So I wasn't really having any of it, but it was also just stinking hot. We went to the pool a couple times.
Stinking hot.
Where we stayed, it's kind of like a retiree area, gated community.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a couple big community pools, and we chilled there a couple times. But and we went on a couple hikes, and we did some exploring, and went to National Park and whatnot. So I wasn't just training, but I did train every other day for a couple hours, so it was pretty good.
Yeah, I just
had
don't
to get it in, man. Had to get it in.
Yeah, kudos to you.
I only gained 5 pounds that week, which is unheard of for me to only gain 5 pounds, because I've gained 10 pounds in a weekend.
That's true.
But I wasn't eating that much because it was so hot, and we were doing a decent amount of walking and hiking, and then I was training pretty hard. Yeah. And training in 30 degree Celsius weather, so like 90 to 100, outside. It was outside training. It was hot. I was sweating my balls off.
Screw that.
It was good. It felt great.
I can't wait for the warm weather. We've had a few little spots of it sort of come by. Like Super Bowl Sunday, it was beautiful. It was probably 65 degrees.
Damn, that is real nice.
In KC. And it was good enough where I was driving around town with my windows down. It was nuts.
Yeah.
But we've had some days where you're thinking, oh, maybe this is it. You know, I know we're only in February, but you know, maybe this is it. Maybe this is where we start making the turn. Nope, we're getting the coldest day of the winter so far this week.
Ooh. So to me, March is officially spring, even though in Canada March is very much a winter month still.
Right.
But to me, March is officially spring. And today it was 36 degrees ish. So above freezing. So it felt a little bit like spring. Stuff was melting. It was pretty exciting. And I'm hoping that it stays that way. But I know there's going to be some shit days. Before we left for Costa Rica, it was minus 30 to minus 40, which is about the same in Fahrenheit. So if you imagine minus 40 Fahrenheit.
Right.
Fucking cold.
Yeah, screw that.
And then we got to Costa Rica, and it was like 100 degrees. So quite the swing. Felt real good. Though there was part of me that really longed for the cold air. Because we had AC blasting in our room, and it was struggling to keep up, honestly. Like, we could get kind of comfortable, but it was hot.
Yeah. Even in the wintertime, I like sleeping with a fan on. I don't know, there's just something about...
I don't like air blowing on my face.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like moving air. I like it to be cool in our bedroom. Mm-hmm. I like to be cold in the bedroom because I like heavy blankets. I love having weight on me. Right. I have a little heating pad that I snuggle up to, like a little cat.
Mm-hmm. Johnny the kitty.
Little kit. But I hate being hot when I sleep. I hate it.
No, I can't do that either. I have to have a foot hanging out the blankets, and
fuck that. That's how monsters get you.
Well, I let my butt hang out of the blankets. They can have my butt.
Right. Well, that's how the booty bandit's gonna get you.
J-Rod. God damn it! He makes the return, dude. All this time later.
J-Rod coming back. The booty bandit.
The return of the booty bandit.
Good old J-Rod.
Still waiting on him, by the way.
For a visit or what?
Yeah, he hasn't come by.
Not that you know or you remember.
No, I mean, I was walking funny today, but
there you go.
Speaking of walking funny, and it's completely unrelated. So let's make a switch very promptly because my daughter is getting over some sickness. She had a fever, like a sustained fever for like 36 hours or something like that, but it was only a slight one. Ooh. We were able to fight it, but yesterday she woke up and she couldn't, like, her legs were really achy. So she's getting, like, whatever it was making her muscles really achy. Mm-hmm. I was sort of worried. Like, I thought like some parasite was attacking her central nervous system or something, because she was like she didn't have like any kind of sense of balance, or like just looked like she was having a hard time walking. She's better today. Like, she was just walking weird because it was a coping mechanism, so it didn't hurt. But
well, that's good that she's better.
Yeah. But I mean, she's back to running around and stuff today. But that was sort of scary.
Ahead.
Yeah. That was sort of scary. But at least I got an extra day for my weekend, so that was good.
There you go. So we took a red eye Sunday night from Costa Rica. We had to fly. So we had a 3-hour drive from our beach house to San Jose, and then we had a 5-hour flight to Toronto, and then we had a 2-hour layover, and we had a 4.5-hour flight from Toronto to Calgary, which was delayed an hour.
Sounds like heaven, dude.
Oh, it was fucking miserable.
It's like a whole day of traveling.
I had a meeting that got scheduled on yesterday, which I had the day booked off, and I had to be there. So I had to go into work with... I slept for maybe 2 hours on the first flight, which an airplane sleep is not.
That's not
like,
sleep.
It's really hard. And we sat in premium economy, so not like first class with the pods, but like a little bit bigger seats, more legroom. But it's still not enough for someone my size. No. I'm not a small man. So we land in Calgary, get our bags, get home. I don't even shower. I didn't have time because our flight was delayed. I like run a comb through my hair, do it, and comb my beard a little bit because it was just super puffy. And throw some pants on and a sweater, and I get to work and do this 3-hour meeting. And I was so tired, dude. And then people were like, "Why are you here? You're sick. Aren't you on vacation today? Why are you here?" And I was like, "I have a meeting. I'm not staying. I'm just coming in for this one meeting." And then this morning I woke up and we went to bed at 7:30 last night.
Yeah,
I was so tired.
Kicking it senior citizen style, dude. What time did you eat dinner at 4:00?
Yeah, about that. Maybe 5. We ordered some vacation McDonald's.
Okay.
And then I ate that, and then we went to bed, and I woke up at 7:30 this morning.
Jesus, man. So you got a whole 12 hours of sleep in, pretty much.
And I was still exhausted and so sniffly. And I like really preach to my employees that if they're sick, like, don't come in. That's why we have sick days.
Right.
And I really hate calling in sick when after vacation, even though I went in yesterday and people knew I was actually sick. Like, it wasn't like, "Oh, okay, sure, you're sick."
Yeah.
And I was like gonna go in, and Allie, who also stayed home today, was just like, why are you going in? Listen to you right now. Like,
yeah.
And I sound stuffy and gross right now, but I'm hopped up on some good medication. This morning I was like coughing nonstop and like sneezing and just all kinds of gross mucus coming out of all my nose, all my face holes.
Right.
And I was like, you know what, you're right. I'm just going to call in and do some stuff from home and sleep. And Allie and I slept on the couch together today, basically for the entire day.
Wow.
So I'm feeling a little bit better now, but still very...
still very dirt bike nose, yeah.
Yeah, still quite congested and coffee. But my sore throat is gone, which is good.
Well, yeah, that's good. And and for just so you know, your voice doesn't sound awful.
Not awful? Okay, that's good.
You just sort of sound like very exhausted.
I am still tired. It was just so weird. I'm just so tired.
Yeah.
And I hate that, like, because I want to be productive.
Right.
And I was pretty excited to get on to some projects at work that I had kind of held off until I got back, and there's some exciting things taking place, and I wanted to get back to the gym because I wanted to use all the new shit that I learned on my teammates.
Yeah.
And I can't go to jiu-jitsu if I'm sick, and I probably won't go tomorrow. I'm hoping I'm going to make it for Wednesday. That's the plan, Wednesday.
You mean Thursday?
No. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Fuck. I'm hoping to make it Thursday. I can't even go Thursday because we're going to a play. I'm hoping to make it Friday.
Valentine's Day.
That's not going to work either.
You're done. You're not gonna. You're done with jiu-jitsu, dude.
It looks like I'm taking the week off.
Time to pack on that Valentine's Day weight, dude.
Oh man, I did eat an entire bag of peanut butter cups today.
Oh, there you go.
And a bag of chips.
Sounds like a very Zach Oxley thing for you to do.
I have been eating the Zach Oxley diet today, but starting tomorrow, we're back in action, back to getting my shit together, clean out the body. I mean, I ate pretty good in Costa Rica. We didn't eat out that much. Ate a lot of fruit. But I was a little bit more relaxed and, not working out as much.
Sure.
So
as you should on vacation, honestly.
Yeah.
You grind it out, you work hard, both at your job and in your personal life. Your body deserves a break every once in a while, even if it means you get sick.
Sometimes you just got to live a little, right?
100%.
So I had my fun, and now I'm going to try and go really hard and be clean for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And then, we'll go from there.
There you go. Well, Johnny, I know you're feeling bad. I feel like a 30-minute podcast for this week is sufficient. I don't feel like, unless you have other things you want to talk about. I don't want to keep you.
I don't have anything pressing. because you did a great job at staying on top of current events. So good job. I don't know. You know what? Let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
it's quick and dirty. I apologize, but we will be back in full speed next week, and
absolutely,
I'm sure we'll come up with something to make you guys laugh. But otherwise, you just got a quick update on my vacation. It was great.
Yeah. Well, and that's fine. We all learned that Johnny's officially done with jiu-jitsu because he can't fit it in.
Don't even start that.
He can't fit it in his routine anymore. He's just too busy.
If I'm not sick tomorrow, if I'm feeling better, I might try and make it happen. Because you know what? You know what's great for your body when you're already exhausted?
Getting punched.
Go and be more exhausted.
There you go.
That's how you recover your body efficiently.
Push it to the limit. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys would, please head over to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and review. It'd be much appreciated. I know it would lift Johnny's spirits right now. It would help him get back to his...
Every 5-star review saves me a day of death.
Absolutely. Yep. And the fact that he's going to be skipping so much jiu-jitsu, he's really going to need those reviews. So keep it...
I'm going to fuck you up.
Keep it rolling in, guys. Also, follow us on all social media at Jumbled Podcast. Send any emails to jumbledpodcast@gmail.com or johnny.jumbled@gmail.com. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. Also, head over to patreon.com/jumbled. Pay us $500 and get us an address. And that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you guys next week for another episode of Jumbled, your favorite podcast.
About my vacations.
Yeah, because we all know that I don't take vacations because I'm poor.
Oh.
See you guys next week.